The cold metal door slammed shut behind Daniel Harper as two police officers pushed him into the county holding cell late Friday night. The sound echoed through the narrow concrete hallway while several prisoners watched silently from behind rusted bars. Daniel gripped the steel railing tightly, his face pale and exhausted after hours of questioning inside the downtown police station. Outside the station, heavy rain poured across the empty streets, while flashing police lights painted the wet pavement in red and blue colors. Reporters crowded near the entrance hoping to capture a statement from the police department about the shocking arrest that had already spread across social media within minutes. According to investigators, Daniel Harper was arrested during a major operation connected to an ongoing financial fraud case involving several local business owners. Authorities claimed that thousands of dollars had disappeared from community investment programs over the past year. Police said Daniel became one of the primary suspects after weeks of surveillance, bank record analysis, and witness interviews. Neighbors described Daniel as a quiet family man who had lived in the neighborhood for nearly 8 years with his wife, Emily Harper. The couple was often seen walking together in the evenings or shopping at nearby grocery stores. Many residents refused to believe the accusations against him. "I never expected something like this," one neighbor told local reporters outside the apartment building. "They always seemed normal. Emily was kind to everyone here." But inside their apartment, the atmosphere was completely different only hours before the arrest happened. Police officers arrived shortly after sunset with multiple patrol vehicles parked directly outside the building entrance. Witnesses reported hearing loud knocking followed by shouting from inside the apartment. Several residents stepped into the hallway after hearing Emily crying loudly while officers searched the home. Videos recorded by neighbors quickly spread online showing Emily standing near the doorway with tears running down her face as officers escorted Daniel downstairs in handcuffs. In the footage, Daniel briefly turned toward his wife before entering the police vehicle. Emily appeared unable to speak while covering her mouth in shock. The emotional moment instantly became the center of public attention. Online users began debating whether Daniel was truly guilty or simply another victim of false accusations. Some demanded justice while others defended him, claiming the investigation may have targeted the wrong person. Meanwhile, police officials refused to release complete details about the case. During a late-night press conference, Police Chief Ronald Hayes confirmed that additional evidence was still being reviewed. He stated that investigators had discovered significant financial irregularities connected to accounts allegedly linked to Daniel Harper and two unnamed associates. "We are continuing the investigation carefully," Chief Hayes announced in front of reporters. "This case involves complex financial activities and multiple individuals. We ask the public not to interfere while detectives complete their work." When reporters questioned whether more arrests could follow, the police chief declined to answer directly. Inside the county detention center, Daniel spent the night alone in a small holding cell with dim lighting and cold concrete walls. Sources close to the facility claimed he remained mostly silent during processing procedures and repeatedly requested permission to contact his wife. Emily Harper, however, disappeared from public view shortly after the arrest. Friends claimed she stopped answering phone calls and locked herself inside the apartment overnight. Several reporters attempted to speak with her the following morning but received no response after knocking on the door for nearly 20 minutes. By Saturday afternoon, television networks across the city had already begun calling the incident the Harper arrest case. News analysts discussed possible legal outcomes while legal experts debated whether prosecutors had enough evidence to secure a conviction. Former federal investigator Marcus Doyle appeared on one news program claiming the investigation likely involved much larger criminal operations. "Cases like this usually don't begin with one person," Doyle explained during the broadcast. "If authorities conducted a public arrest operation, it means they probably collected information for months. Financial crimes often involve networks of people." Still, some legal analysts warned the public not to assume guilt too quickly. Defense attorney Rebecca Collins criticized the rapid online reaction surrounding Daniel's arrest. She argued that emotional social media posts and viral videos were influencing public opinion before official court proceedings had even begun. "A man has been arrested, not convicted," Collins stated firmly. People are watching emotional clips online and immediately reaching conclusions without hearing actual evidence. Back at the apartment complex, residents gathered outside discussing rumors throughout the day. Some claimed police officers removed several computers and boxes of financial documents from the apartment during the search. Others insisted Daniel had recently argued with unknown individuals near the building parking lot days before his arrest. One resident even reported seeing a black SUV parked outside the building repeatedly during the previous week. Authorities refused to confirm any of these claims. Late Saturday evening, a new development shocked the public even further. An anonymous source leaked partial audio recordings allegedly connected to the investigation. The recordings, which spread rapidly online, appear to include conversations discussing missing money transfers and secret account activity. Although investigators did not officially verify the recordings, thousands of people shared them across social media platforms within hours. The leak intensified public pressure on both police and prosecutors. By midnight, hashtags connected to the case became trending topics nationwide. Emily Harper's emotional reaction during the arrest continued dominating online discussions. Many viewers expressed sympathy for her situation, while others questioned whether she knew about the alleged activities connected to her husband. Several news organizations attempted to investigate Emily's background, but discovered very little public information. Friends described her as private, quiet, and deeply devoted to her marriage. She loved him completely, one family friend explained anonymously. Whatever is happening right now, she's suffering more than anyone can imagine. Inside the detention center, Daniel finally met with his attorney early Sunday morning. Sources familiar with the meeting claimed Daniel strongly denied all accusations and insisted investigators misunderstood financial transactions connected to his former business partnerships. He says he's innocent, one insider revealed quietly. He believes someone close to him may have set him up. That statement immediately created even more speculation. Detectives reportedly began reviewing Daniel's recent communications, business records, and personal contacts again late Sunday afternoon. Investigators also expanded searches into additional financial accounts linked to several companies operating within the city. Meanwhile, television crews remained stationed outside both the courthouse and the Harper apartment building waiting for any new developments. As night approached, Emily Harper was finally seen leaving the apartment for the first time since the arrest. Wearing a dark hoodie and sunglasses, she quickly entered a waiting vehicle without speaking to reporters gathered outside. But before the car door closed, one journalist shouted a question that instantly froze the tense moment. "Emily, did your husband tell you the truth?" Emily paused silently for several seconds. Then, with tears visible again on her face, she quietly answered only 4 words.